Norrisville. This is Protagica, aka Rachel. I'm here with.
We not tested.
This is the Randy Danny Ninja Show. And are you ready to ninja along?
No.
I want that T-shirt so bad.
Everybody did yes. That picture was wonderful.
They're such cheap, bad T-shirts. I want it so much. I guess somebody will reproduce it, non-officially. I might spend $25 on a T-shirt like that. It was a great episode. We got to explore one of Randy's many flaws.
I don't even know which flaw it is. Like a bunch of them. I guess agreeable Alan.
Right, Randy's not wanting to hurt people's feelings, making everything worse. Also, he's not even good at it.
Randy is in a situation where everything he does makes everything worse. He should just stay home.
Just
don't bother.
Sit still all day.
The thing about this episode is that they never once mentioned how making people sad gets people stanked. So, he should care about people's feelings, but no, even the locals telling him, don't care about people's feelings.
It's interesting. I sort of remember early on in the show that, Randy was starting to care about people's feelings after, being conditioned to do so, because if he was mean, they got stanked.
Yeah, that's not even his fault.
Yeah. I did notice that. Bucky did not get stanked consequent of
he
this.
He cried, but nothing
just
happened.
Cried.
I guess it's another time where the sorcerer was just asleep.
Gotta sleep sometime.
He's old, he needs to sleep. He needs his rest.
The sorcerer liked the song so much, he didn't want to sing Bucky.
The best thing about these episodes, I don't know if it's the best thing already, but McVist in these episodes does not seem to care about catching the ninja. He seems to have even forgotten who the ninja is.
It's true. I think I figured out that Viceroy and McFist, between them, they only have one, plot ball, and they just have to pass it back and forth. So whenever, McFist is on the ball, knowing he wants to catch the ninja, Viceroy has to be, crying about Whoopi or whatever. And then you have to switch off. McFist being distracted by, ball in a cup. While Viceroy is attempting to do the whole thing himself.
Poor Viceroy.
I love Viceroy. I love them both so much. They're getting so much comedy out of McFist and Viceroy, considering how little screen time they have, in comparison to the bad guys. It's McFist and his his clacker ball thing. How does it work?
How does it work? You can't explain it. It's magic.
Let's see what else. Did you like Bucky's song?
Let me see. I didn't like the first one. I liked the remix.
That's
true.
I
didn't like the remix of a remix. Like McFist said, it doesn't work.
I thought the inclusion of the band helpful. Debbie, we got to see her.
Does everyone in their school play an instrument?
Well, I don't know. I suspect we've discussed that Northville might be a performing arts school.
I think it is I think it's really close to being Canada. It's like art school,
That is how we explain away the guy in full clown makeup.
He had a little clown makeup on his little sausage baby. To what it was adorable. It was such a cute little thing.
Oh man, those sausage babies. They ate their child!
I did not expect that when it happened. I was like, oh no!
Yeah, the way they showed it too, with the slicer, it's they're shaving off their kid's ass. And then, it's made even worse by the fact that this meat was briefly alive.
I know, and I winked at Randy right before life left it, and I was like, oh. No, it's dead.
I loved them singing, but not saying the same words.
I know, I love that too.
Because... Yeah, in regular show they have this thing where Mordecai and Rigby, the only thing they are good at is like singing the same words. So like I kind of didn't like see it coming, but Randy and Howard do not have that skill. You know,
No,
they
no, no,
finish
no,
they
same
finish
page.
each other's they finish each other's burritos.
We don't even have
Burritos.
it.
See, we're so in sync.
And then they don't even have an excuse because they actually were linked by like this tango thing. Like they even
Right,
had the
they're cosmically linked, or
they still can't get on the same page.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
pretty
good.
rare to see Randy and Howard. You know, the last okay, like the last time they were on the same page was probably when they decided to go play in quicksand.
That's awful. What's wrong with that?
So I think it best that they be in conflict, if only to dissuade one from doing something
I love
that
that
involves
Howard's
quicksand.
argument for why he's good at taking care of kids is that he was the best baby.
I was awesome at being a baby.
He was.
I
He
miss
seems
I missed large chunks of that episode, and I guess well you've seen it now on iTunes, right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I haven't.
Aw, you
I'll
should.
look it up
I think
later.
it's on anime flavor right now or something.
You heard it here first, folks. Step right up, get your illegal content distribution.
Whatever. You tell people to buy it off iTunes and they just keep asking you over and over again. Do you have links? Do you have links? I'm
Yeah,
like,
I can't help. They keep asking you as if you're the one who's like responsible for that.
I'm not responsible.
You just,
No.
you just
I
have
don't
this.
even want it. I
You
don't
just
even
have this.
want to watch it illegally.
Right, you're the one who's like the biggest. You're like the withholder of links. You should just
Yeah.
start. You should just start linking them to the iTunes page.
I think I have a few times. I'm not sure now. One thing I noticed about this whole season, Randy's been scratching the sides of his head more. I'm worried he has ticks. What's your theories?
It's a nervous tick. He may or may not have insects in his hair. This could be possible, but I mean, there are a lot of bugs. A lot of bugs.
A lot of bugs this season.
I love those bugs. Vicer made some really cool robots in the I guess both episodes, but in the Ninja Long, I thought
Yeah,
that was the
yeah.
slug, right?
Slug is great.
Slug was great. I love that fly. How Randy it doesn't mind that there's like large robot fly crawling all over him.
He's
It's like the one thing that doesn't bother me.
no, he says, flies are the only thing that don't bother me. I made me worried. Like, does everything else bother you, Randy? What haven't you been telling us?
Randy is in a constant state of discomfort. Explains. Really, the reason he's not bothered by flies is because he's used to them on account of his resemblance to a giant pile of steaming garbage.
Aw.
I'm so hard on him.
It's easy. He makes it too easy.
It's true. I love getting this. The book, it just keeps trying to kill him. Honestly, Namakan. Okay, here's something I've noticed also about this season. I feel like the formula, it's either more formulaic or the formula is showing itself more obviously.
Like, I feel like they have to shoehorn the Namcon in where I feel like if you just cut out the scene where the Namcon is, the episode will still be fine.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like they sort of mixed up the timing of like when he, consulted the book before, but maybe not. It's pretty clear. A plot, Namakan. B plot, Randy figures out how he misinterpreted Namakan's advice. A plot, Randy recaps. And what I learned today is that exactly whatever the Namakan told me to do, I should have done. I mean,
Namakon's stupid shit anyway.
no, how so? It's being pretty clear. With this fortune cookie shit.
What told him he was avoiding a battle by not telling well, like by not crushing Bucky's soul, by telling him his dog sucks. What was the other episode? Talking about the teacher appears. So shoot, I guess that one's okay, but at the same time, it's just like that doesn't that doesn't warrant a non-con lesson. I mean, imagine if nothing had happened. It's just been them taking care of their sausage baby. Why is the non-con putting himself in these situations? Leave Randy alone. It doesn't matter.
Well, part of it is that Randy is asking him. You know, sometimes he's like, "Oh, you don't believe me? Let's ask the Nomicon."
Oh, because that one time in the sausage baby episode, he didn't ask him. He just did it to avoid Howard.
Right, exactly. And he was so thrilled in the Julian birthday one. It's like for the Nomicon to ask for him while he was listening to Julian's lengthy magic backstory.
When I was 4, right? When I was 3.
Was it 3? Let's be safe and say 2. Nomicon, thank cheese. They use some interesting. Oh God, some of the lines in this, the baloney. Why is it so hard? Every time I smack this baloney, it gets bigger. I cannot believe they let that slide.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. That just people kind of started pointing it out. So maybe I should be working at Disney.
Yeah, exactly. It was immediately to me like I recoiled from the screen. Here's the thing about standards and practices. They have like the filthiest minds of anyone on the planet. Like this is like the Billy and Mandy creator Maxwell Adams. He's like, you don't really sneak things past standards and practices. Like they'll see sex references in where there is no sex at all. No, I didn't write one, but they like send me notes back. It's like, you can't use this word. This word is like insert obscure sexual definition here. So, like, I have no idea how that passed.
I imagine Ninja Show throws so much weird, confusing language at you that the standards and practices are too dazed to do anything. Just and it's gone. Howard has this new role where he just like he remembers his thing from the finale, so he's got this role where he points out what Randy's doing wrong.
Yeah, I noticed that, and it sort of seems maybe it's like by episode, or maybe it's more specifically who's writing Howard. That like, you know, some episodes like Howard wants to do something so obviously dumb, and Randy's like, no. But then these other instances where Randy has some specific Randy type of dumb thing, and Howard's like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they always have to be opposing forces anyway.
I feel like it's Howard's dumb things are always like very like blatantly self-serving, and Randy's are like he's in denial about some way that they're heroic.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the end of the Weeder Baby episode, how Randy admits he's wrong, and then Howard's like, and then he was like, aren't you going to tell me that something about how you were right?
Aren't you going to say I told you so? No, because you already did. That was such a great callback to the finale. It's like, I know you're going to say, Cunningham, that we have to do something. I'm not going to say that, because you already did. Dialogue callbacks are so tight in this show. Love it. Okay, what are tonight's episodes?
Fudge Factory and what was the other one? It was the one with the Randy gives himself super senses for the.
Oh no!
I'm really terrified of super senses, Randy.
It could be worse. They could have been starting on the like Randy with telepathy.
That's something I
Ninja art of telepathy.
I just want Randy to see what people think of him. It'll be hilarious. I mean.
What? Right. The only thing is that Randy, like, he sort of doesn't care. He does it, but only in a really abstract sense. The only opinions that genuinely matter is Howard's.
Yeah, that's probably the first person he'd read his mind. Like checking on Howard because I feel like he's not sure.
Yes,
like they've been friends for years, but he's not sure. Does Howard actually like me? I don't know.
No, that's not true. Randy is 100% convinced that Howard thinks he's awesome. Because
why is he always so sure Howard's gonna leave him for another?
That's like the deep level, like within his heart, maybe he knows that he is a shit pile.
Okay, the Fudge Factory and Best Buds.
Great. Can't wait for those.
Fudge Factory, and so that Howard doesn't think he's a good liar. Randy goes to extreme lengths to prove his friend lied. What's that?
What does that even mean?
How would he be the best liar anyway? Wouldn't he? I mean, he's got that golden tongue. I don't know. He's a talker.
Yeah.
Oh well, I like episodes that are just like, hey, look, Howard has a great skill. You can't beat Randy, and the Randy just, no.
Randy's self-esteem.
He just can't stand.
When's he going to accept that Howard has no flaws and is perfect in every way?
Yeah.
That's just his burden to bear. Alright. To get ready for tonight. Later, Norrisville.
Later.